Hello everyone, this is JPL, and welcome to JPL News, a news segment for this channel, where today I'll be going over some big news from TV shows or movies that I like to watch. So yeah, here's some big news that has been a thing for today. So, Stargirl is a TV show that is from DC Universe. DC Universe is a streaming service that holds DC related content. And so Stargirl was a show that was based from the DC Universe. And Stargirl is also a show that had been playing on the CW show on the TV network. And supposedly, for Stargirl, it's being renewed for another season, but it's also going to be exclusively on the CW, which is I'm not sure about. So right now I'm looking at the Hollywood Reporter, where it's telling us that Stargirl had performed solidly on the CW since its air debut on May 19, averaging about 1.55 million viewers. It's not bad, and a 0.4 rating among adults for 18 to 49 after 3 days of delayed viewing, which is odd. It's odd. I don't understand that rating 0.4. I don't know what it really means. It doesn't exactly mean much, but so yeah. Let's see. The renewal comes midway through its first season, which runs both streaming platform DC Universe and a day later on the CW. Season 2 will debut exclusively on the CW and stream the next day on the network's free ad-supported platform, further dwindling DC Universe's rosters of original shows. Now, I have the DC Universe app. That's where I've been watching Stargirl, and I believe the Stargirl show on the CW itself has been modified a tiny bit to meet the network standards, because there may be a thing or two that's in the show that's maybe a bit too dark to show on television. But having Stargirl being moved to the CW only is really bad, I think, because this this show is created by DC Universe, and they put a lot of money into their productions. They put it into their costumes. They put it into the filming, the cinematography, the editing. They put a lot of work into it, and you can tell that the DC Universe shows have a lot more work put into them than the average CW show. It costs more, and I believe that if Stargirl were to be CW exclusive, they're going to spend less money, and it's going to look cheap. It's going to look really cheap. The effects are going to be cheaper. The writing, oh my gosh. CW writing is one of the worst things ever. It really is. I hate it. I hate it so much. And so, if this news was announced 5 years ago, I wouldn't mind it. I really wouldn't. Because 5 years ago, CW was a much better network than it is right now. Because right now, their shows kind of all suck. And trust me, I've been watching them all for a long time. And I've seen the natural progression through them. And I see the problems that they tend to have. And I don't know. I just really don't like the direction that they're going with that. One big factor in Stargirl that definitely is not something that CW is probably very likely not going to work on is going to be the choreography, the fight choreography, and the fights in general in this show. The fights in this show are typically based on using wires, something called wire fu, where your actors are on wires, the wires move around, and they do those different stunts that way. I think, if I'm really thinking about it, that costs money, and I don't think CW is going to work on that. Also, CW likes to stretch their seasons on to 23 episodes, which Which I really think is bad because there's just so much filler in those episodes, and the writing is just going to be terrible. I fear that because so far in this show, there's been neglected to be anything terrible in it, and I mean terrible as in mature content. It's been kind of toned down as if it's made for the young teen audience. However, when you put it on the CW, their motto, Dare to Defy, well, actually, they want to start implementing some things, and I also think they'll start including some more bigger cuss words in it because this show so far, I'm quite surprised. No, there's been no swearing in it because other DC Universe shows have a lot of it. This one so far, I've not noticed any, which is a pleasant surprise. It's the only one so far that doesn't have that changed. So this means that DC Universe is going to be losing a big part of their roster. One of the current part of the roster, which is bad because DC Universe is struggling. I really think that Universe is going to be heading to the path where it's going to die. It's going to end. And it's going to be sad. Because I like DC Universe. I watch the content on DC Universe. And I've noticed throughout the past couple of years that there's a lot of things that they have there that is just not made to last. It doesn't feel like that the streaming service is going to last longer. So let's take a look at DC Universe here and take a look at their roster. Here is their movie roster, which I think when it comes to DC Universe, this is the biggest changing factor of the DC Universe. All of these movies are constantly being taken and removed and put back for so often, and it's like really difficult to figure out what belongs there and what stays here. So here we have a decent size, which, a decent size set of movies, which, if I'm gonna be honest, is terrible. Because 2 years ago, when I first got on here, it's the exact same size. Like, nothing much has grown here because they took away almost all of the roster. And here's what I mean. Let's take a look at HBO Max's roster of films. We have the live action films that's been going on right now, which is, I've been suggesting to the Universe app, get those movies. I really want those movies. And then you have all these animated movies that were part of the roster. Oh, hey, if you were wanting to watch this movie exclusively, and you want to get the DC Universe app for it, guess what? It's, let's see. We have a nice roster here. We have this movie, which, to my knowledge, has never been on the DC Universe app. Neither is The Killing Joke. Maybe it has at one point. We have the Batman vs. Superman. Again, another live action. Batman vs. Robin. What? Wasn't that right there? Going down, we have the Batwoman, which is a CW show, which is also not on the DC Universe. None of their CW shows are there. They're on Netflix. Beware the Batman, which is an anime show, is actually not on the list here. And, oh, hey, what's this? Doom Patrol. This is Season 2. Doom Patrol is made by DC Universe. So what's it doing on HBO Max? Well, they're sharing. And so let's see if all the episodes are here. Oh yeah, guess what? The entire season of both seasons are on HBO and DC Universe, which means this service is going downhill. Let's go down the line here. More of these big movies that should be. Here's our movies that this set of movies are constantly on the service here, and they're also constantly being taken off. We have these Lego movies, which are never on the service. We have these movies here, like these Superman movies, which are usually on. And guess what? We have this Teen Titans TV show. Wait a minute, isn't that also something that was beforehand used to exclusively be on DC Universe? Huh. Wow. That's bad. And also the Wonder Woman movie and Watchmen again are both in here. They're both on their service, Watchmen and Wonder Woman. So yeah, this is not a good roster. Some of the stuff that's not on Max is here, but a lot of the stuff that should be here is on Max. I will say that a plus side, something that DC Universe does strongly, is it has a roster of older TV shows, like the old Superman TV shows, the old Wonder Woman TV shows, the old 90s Flash. We have Constantine, we have Shazam, Birds of Prey. We have those old shows. And you can't really find them anywhere unless you watch them on DVD or somewhere else like Amazon Prime. And then DC Universe used to have these exclusive shows like Titans, which is the main one they started out with. Not really a good show, but they haven't started production in season 3. And so far, that's the only one they have still going that's going to be left for them. Then you have Doom Patrol, which so far has been a success for DC Universe, but is now also playing on Max. Then you have Swamp Thing, which is actually a pretty good show, but got cancelled after the first episode got released. And then you have Stargirl, which, it's good for DC Universe, but it's being played on the CW. And it's no longer exclusive. And that's their lead show that they have going on right now, besides Doom Patrol. But I think one thing that DC Universe is really strong in is their animated series department. Because here you have all these animated series that you can't really find anywhere else. And that's good. When I come to DC Universe, this is one of the big things that I take a look at. Because I can't find these shows anywhere else unless I just pull out my DVDs. But I watch it here sometimes. And also, the comic books is a big thing for DC Universe. So, yeah, DC Universe after 2 years I don't think it's worth it anymore. Because most of their content is being shown on HBO Max. Their original stuff is being shown on other TV networks. And pretty soon, I'm sure, this whole thing is going to be moved to HBO Max. I really loved DC Universe. I like the idea of it. All DC content. The problem it had was the contracts, and they couldn't really keep hold of all their films. Because it kept going to Netflix, it kept going to Hulu. And now it's all going to HBO Max. Pretty much this is all going to HBO Max. Likely, it's going to be a merger. But I don't think it's going to last another 2 years. It might not even last another year. But it's sad. I really like DC Universe. It's cheaper than HBO Max. And it's something that I've enjoyed. Just looking for exclusive DC content. But to see it go is going to be a shame. And that is the news that we have today. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.